Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Something's come along and it's burst our bubble.
No supply chain metrics. Although the supply chain's overall performance depends on the site's joint performance, usually each site is managed by fairly autonomous management teams, each with its own objectives and own mission. These objectives may have little to do with the supply chain's overall performance. Worst, these objectives may conflict. The consequence is that the different sites may have operational goals that, if met, result in inefficiencies for the overall chain. Inadequate definition of customer service. The supply chain must ultimately be measured by its responsiveness to customers. However, there are different definitions of responsive customer service. Many companies measure the average line item fill rate, which is the percentage of line item requests shipped prior to customer due dates. There are variations, such as weighting fill rates by dollar volume, yet these may not satisfy customers in the long run. Inaccurate delivery status data. When customers place orders, they want to know when their products will arrive. While waiting, they may also want update order delivery status, especially when the order is late. We do not understand the significance of on-time delivery, but we contend that not enough attention is paid to providing customers with timely and accurate updates on the status of late orders. The consequence is dissatisfaction, confusion, and loss of goodwill. Inefficient information systems. These are the databases at different operating sites that describe system environments, inventory status, future production plans, and so on, and are usually not linked. This sometimes happens even on a single site. Consequently, retrieving this information can be a tedious manual process. Ignoring the impact of uncertainties. There are many sources of uncertainties in a supply chain. Supplier-led time and delivery performance, quality of incoming materials, manufacturing process time, transit time, and demand. To reduce the immediate impact of these uncertainties, supply chain managers must first understand their sources and the magnitude of their impact. Simplistic inventory stocking policies. Understanding and tracking sources of uncertainties is the first step. The next step is to use such information to drive inventory stocking policies. This is a dynamic process. The uncertainties are constantly changing. Some suppliers become more reliable in both delivery and quantity. Others will become less reliable. Discrimination against internal customers. For vertically integrated companies, one entity outputs are simultaneously inputs to other company entities and products for external customers. Yet, to an independent division, external customers bring in real revenues and thus are more visible and apparently more valuable. Poor coordination. If customer orders consist of multiple items that are supplied by different divisions, and if customers demand receipts of all items at the same time, the company will use a merging center. The products will be shipped to the customer as soon as they arrive. Obviously, tight coordination among the supply divisions is very important. It is useful to give the division a target date. Unfortunately, generating a target date can take a long time. Incomplete shipment methods analysis. Changing the mode of transportation can significantly affect inventory investment and service performance. However, transportation decisions are often based on economic considerations that do not take into account these important operational factors. Incorrect assessment of inventory costs. Most people know that they should include the opportunity cost of capital, warehousing, and storage, but they commonly forget components of inventory such as obsolescence, owing to short product life cycles of fixed shelf lives, and costs of reworking existing inventory to meet engineering changes. Organizational barriers. Sometimes entities of a supply chain belong to different organizations within a company, each organization having its own performance measures and evaluation of responsibilities. Organizational barriers that may inhibit coordination inventory control include differences in objectives and performance metrics, disagreements on inventory ownership, and unwillingness to commit resource to help someone else. Product process design without supply chain consideration. Many new approaches to product process design have been introduced. Product designs that enable fast and precise manufacturing and assembly are critical for cost and quality effectiveness, but the implications for supply chain inventory are usually ignored or poorly understood. The result is that all of the anticipated savings may be lost owing to increased distribution and inventory costs. Separation of supply chain design from the operational decisions. When companies add or close a plant or distribution center in a supply chain network, the main consideration is typically fixed costs and their logistic cost implications. The effects of the network change on operational efficiency factors, such as inventory investments and order response time, are generally just an afterthought. Incomplete supply chain. Going beyond the internal supply chain by including external suppliers and customers often exposes new opportunities for improving internal operations. Manufacturers commonly view the immediate customers, such as retailers or other manufacturers, as the end of the supply chain.